welcome to the show. I am Daniel Craig, here with Quest for Health.
Edward Canoy, what's going on?
And we are here to talk about a couple interesting topics that have been going on.
Yes.
We're going to give you our perspective from a healthcare and where we've gone, starting as EMTs and then making ourselves into respiratory therapists. So let's get the show going.
Let's get it.
So first off, it's Friday. What did you do today to start your Friday?
Oh my gosh. I actually woke up super early because I am in the digital age nowadays. It's a digital creator. So I was posted my motivational poster today.
Who am I? I'm a champion.
Yeah.
What else did I do? Man, got my journaling done. Daily journaling, daily motivational journaling, meditation, posting, and then take care of the kids.
You start out, do you eat breakfast like right away, or do you
No.
coffee, or?
Keep on smiling. Oh, shit.
Nah, I don't eat breakfast right away. I think I like to eat breakfast around like 9 o'clock, 8 or 9 o'clock. That's pretty much it.
And what's like your typical breakfast?
Eggs. I like bacon as well. Definitely eggs and bacon. I try to mix it up as well with overnight oats, avocado toast, but definitely eggs and bacon, that's for sure.
Eggs. I'm a huge fan of eggs. You probably go to my IG right now, you'll see I just had 6 eggs today.
Yeah.
Why 6? More health.
Exactly.
So typically I like to start my day. I'm kind of weird at times where I'll wake up, my alarm is always set for 7. I'll wake up before then and I'm like, okay, do I want to get up now? Yeah. So I wake up, I'll get myself a nice 8-ounce glass of distilled water. I take a little bit of pink salt, throw it under my tongue, and then I add in 10 drops of food-grade hydrogen peroxide in there. I had seen Peter McCullough. Excuse me. He said that that's what he does, and that's supposed to help hyper-oxygenate your body in the morning. So after I take that, I take apple cider vinegar. I usually throw some cayenne pepper in there.
Okay.
I was just watching this thing with, I don't know what this Irish lady is, but she was talking about cayenne pepper is supposed to help something good with the heart or inflammation. So I'm like, well, I know it's supposed to help with sore throat too, so
Nice.
throw that up in there.
Nice. Hey, apple cider vinegar, I've tried that. I tried doing that for a whole week. I don't know, I just couldn't do it for some reason.
It's
not my taste buds.
It is disgusting.
Yeah. I
When I first took it, because my mom told me, oh, you got to start taking apple cider vinegar. It has these health benefits. Okay. I took a little shot glass and I said, let's go ahead and see how it tastes. Bam. Hell to the no.
Yeah.
This stuff was horrible. My whole day was ruined because everything tasted like apple cider vinegar. So I was like,
exactly.
oh my God, man. I was like, this is no. Like, why would anybody do something like this? This makes no sense. And then I start doing research and I see the health benefits. I'm like, God dang, man. How do you say no to something that does all that stuff? I was like, all right, well, I'll give it another shot. So I started putting, I had a shaker cup, put 8 ounces of water in there, I started off 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I just hold my nose and drank it. I did that for so long. All of a sudden, I realized it doesn't even taste bad.
So that's great, actually. Because what I did was I did the same thing as you. Took a shot of it. Oh my gosh. I threw it all up. What I know what people do is they do have like a mixed drink and then add the apple cider vinegar in. Like a smoothie, they add that in. Or like a juice type. And then they add the apple cider vinegar in, and they say it works wonders. So,
I remember I used to do that as well. And then I saw a video. I don't remember who said it or whatever, but they're like, "Yeah, you're adding all that stuff in there. It's taken away from the acidity from the apple cider vinegar, and it defeats the purpose. So I said, oh man, I guess it's back to apple cider vinegar and water then. So I just grown accustomed to it to where it's just nothing. And then I brush my teeth because you don't want to have apple cider vinegar on your teeth.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, more power to you because I definitely should try to do more of apple cider vinegar for sure. Right, guys? 2024, let's go.
Another thing you could do as well is half of a lemon. You squeeze half a lemon, gives you the same effects.
Okay. I actually do lemon water with lemon inside. I like doing that, but
infused.
Yeah.
That's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I've heard of infusing it with like lemon, cucumber, and some like mint or something like that.
Yes.
All of it gets in there and just.
All of that's really good and healthy as well. So.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you for joining us. We are two healthcare workers. This is our first podcast, right? So we're a little on edge, but we want to bring to the table of basically coming out here and giving our experiences as a healthcare worker, and then venturing out in the entrepreneurial side. So
yeah. So the interesting thing about both of us is that we both started off as EMTs, right?
Yeah. What company?
I started working at ProCare, which was all interfacility transport. So I got 0 ER experience. When I got my EMT, I went through the Army, the combat medic training. So half of it was EMT training. The other half was Army combat medic training. So getting EMT, not that hard. And then we didn't have to do any clinical rotations at the hospital because it was something to do with the wartime injuries and stuff going on in there. So they didn't make us do that. And then we also didn't have to do any ride-alongs.
Oh, wow.
Because I remember I did take an EMT course before I was an EMT or before I became a combat medic, and I failed it.
Oh, man.
I failed it because I didn't take it serious.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why when I went to the combat medic training, I'm not going to lie, I was nervous. Like, man, I've already failed this course, so I need to put 110% here. So I remember every day it was like, don't play around. That's why on my Facebook, there is a picture of me in the barracks, and I'm reading. You see me reading the book.
Yeah.
One of my cousins, Michael, he said, I shared it, and he was like, that book's upside down, right?
Oh, man.
I was like, really? Am I really going to post a fake picture? No, I was actually studying, and one of my buddies caught me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, because I was nervous of failing, It was... Yeah. I was a forward observer, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, if you don't pass this, you're not going to be a combat medic, and you're going to have to get recycled. Oh, hell no. So look, before anything, I'm going to do my reading, do my studying, and got through it.
Nice.
EMT was not that hard. Combat medic training was the schooling part was pretty much identical to the EMT stuff. The only thing was we started pushing medications and doing IVs. So that experience was cool. Transitioning over to an RT, and then out here we are drawing blood for ABGs, and it's like, yeah, I got experience doing this. So
exactly.
Yeah, and then we go into RT. I ended up going to Concord Career College in North Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
Where'd you go?
Okay, so dang. My experience was so totally different. I was a former hip-hop dancer, choreographer, hip-hop dancer in LA, trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
And did all of that. But at the same time, I was an EMT. I was working for, oh my gosh, AMR and then Schaefer?
Yeah, Schaefer.
I think,
no.
Yeah, was it Schaefer? Or there's another one that got bankrupt, basically, that closed down. Yeah. Anyway, I was in between trying to pursue my dancing career or trying to go into a healthcare route, and then I finally grew up, and I'm like, okay, I need to really pursue healthcare. and so went to get all my prereqs again for nursing. However, it's super competitive here in California, especially Southern California. Applied to all the Cal States, Cal State LA, Cal State San Bernardino, PCC, GCC, Rio Hondo, all the city colleges. It was either a lottery system or a wait list. I waited a year and a half. Just got on the wait list. I'm like, I can't do this. So I got my buddy, good friend of ours, actually Ellie. He was the one that recommended me to do RT since he was already in RT. RT is respiratory therapy. And I got in right away. I actually got to Loma Linda University. They have a bachelor's program over there.
Nice.
22-month bachelor's program for the RT program. However, I wasn't able to finish. I went to Platt College in Ontario. Just Ontario, California. So I was there. I was there for I don't even remember. I think they had to fast track me because I was already in.
So you had like a good amount of it already finished?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So it was less than a year that I was only there.
Nice.
And then I finished. Anyway, but EMT, oh my gosh, that was first responders are.
Yeah.
And the amount of work that we do with little pay, oh my goodness.
I was just talking to somebody about that at the gym. They were talking about how...
it's crazy.
I was like, man, when I was an EMT, I was making $12 an hour.
Yeah.
And right now, I know things have changed, but still, like they're talking about $15 an hour at McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's like, so you mean to tell me someone who works at McDonald's, which I'm not trying to say anything bad, I started off, my first job was at McDonald's, so much respect to anybody who does that. It's just, is it really worth $15 because of, all that stuff? Yeah. And it is what it is. That's a whole nother
topic.
It
really is. Yep. And then the fact that implementing 2024, if anybody doesn't know, minimum wage is going to go up again.
Yeah, here in California, right? It's not
California.
Okay.
Yeah. So either $15 or $18, even for like McDonald's workers, which is hey, that's your hustle. We're not here to offend anybody or judge anybody.
Yeah, we're not knocking anybody.
And then non-medical workers like monitor techs, unit secretaries, their pay is gonna increase as well. Yeah. From $18 to $25 an increase. Like, wow, that's crazy.
That is a lot. I remember when I was an EMT, me and my buddy, we were talking about becoming a phlebotomist to work at an ER.
Yeah.
Because I heard that at an ER, I think at that time, LA Metro Western, did you ever go there?
No.
LA Metro Western, we took all our 5150s there, and then after that, we take them to LA Metro Hawthorne. And he was telling me how, man, I got a friend that makes $29 an hour doing phlebotomy. And I was like, what? 29? I'm like, oh my God, like I'm in the wrong, area. I need to do something else.
Dude, it's crazy because, again, we're not knocking anything down, but we work so hard to go to RT school.
We got to get certified. We got to take tests and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, it means that there's a lot more at stake if we make a mistake versus if you make a mistake, don't put the fries in or whatever.
Yeah.
The worst that's going to happen is somebody's going to come up with attitude and, okay, I'm sorry, we'll give you an apple pie or something like that. Problem solved.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually. Nowadays, people are like, no, apple pie, I want the whole ice cream machine.
Oh, man. They think it's a hotel. So, It's crazy because being an EMT, we get to do so much stuff on the field because we're first responders, really. I remember those car accidents, motor vehicle accidents that I was a part of in the ambulance ride, and it was pretty brutal. Like it was really brutal. And then I stopped that. I went to become an ER tech because EMTs can do ER tech positions.
Yeah.
And that was much more of a chill position, but at the same time, when traumas come in, that's a total different story as well. And then you have the ED physicians asking you help for splints. I mean, the nurses didn't really trust us with the IVs, but at least we kind of know what to do, you know?
Yeah.
But it was really an interesting experience. And then to do RT as well, to do adult care for RT. And then my calling is pediatric care. And from PICU and then all the way to NICU, you know, it's an amazing experience to have, honestly.
Yeah. I and that's how we met. We picked up an assignment, and all of a sudden, bam, here we are.
Yeah, we have this guy was really amazing and cool at the same time, because him and I just kind of hit it off the bat about talking about our experience in the field, and then experience. I think you were the one that mentioned about your CBDs, that wanted to do CBDs, that you do CBDs, that you make CBDs. And then I told him, like, man, I really want out of healthcare, you know, with all these budget cuts that's going on, the business of the hospital. Why are HR admins, CEOs making more money than bedside care employees, you know? Yeah, that's cool. We're getting, like, we were travel workers, so we were getting paid pretty good money, like, weekly.
Yeah.
However, if you're a full-time staff and then you have your complaints, obviously, right? And which it's a good thing to complain. However, they can only do so much for you. You know, supervisors, managers can only do so much for you. Sometimes they don't even do anything for you, right? Like,
that's why I got out of being a staffer.
Yes.
For where I was, I don't want to say the hospital, but I wasn't making enough money, and I was full time. So I'm working 72 hours for full time. I get that paycheck every 2 weeks, and that one check was not even half of what 1 week of my first assignment was.
And then for California, oh my gosh, right? Like, it sucks because in the RT field, we are underappreciated.
Definitely.
We are very underappreciated.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people really know about us unless you get sick and get admitted in the hospital.
Yeah. We weren't even known until COVID hit. Once COVID hit, it's like, oh, these respiratory therapists. Yep. What is a respiratory therapist?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the guy that, you know, whenever someone's getting intubated and all that stuff, that's a respiratory. I thought that was just a nurse. No.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of the hospital staff, they know who we are. You know, there's a lot of them, most of them usually respect us.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll get your seasoned nurse who is like, you know what, I don't want to do this. Call the RT, just tell them some BS, and then, you know, have them change the pulse ox. And it's like, what?
Yeah, it's a crazy experience, really. And, you know, we all go to school, right? We all go to school to work. However, when you have that workforce, career force, you're in that workspace. Yeah. It's like high school all over again, though. You know, at a certain point, because there's people that are backstabbers, that are just lazy, that are complainers as well. And I don't know. It's crazy because we are there to work. We are there to take care of people. Mm-hmm. Yet their priorities aren't straight.
And that's why a lot of times my theme was always get there, do the job, do what you have to do. Don't have to worry about anything else when you do that. And then I cut out. I go and find my little place where I can just chill.
Yeah.
We're always chilling in one spot and have our phones ready, you know. Until then, next round, that's when I'm going out.
You know, we're not saying it's like that at every facility or every workplace. The thing is, it's I don't know. I think ever since COVID, it just really just broadened my horizons of everything that a hospital does or doesn't do for their employees. You know, there's so many mass exodus that happened in 2020 alone, right?
Oh yeah, no, a lot of people were like, look, this ain't worth it.
Yeah.
So they're like, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Kaiser was one of the ones that had the most people who retired, from what I heard. From what I think I heard. I don't know for sure. I just remember a lot of people, even at the hospital I was working at, I heard that they forced people to retire. And it's like, oh well, I'm like, I'm already out of there. I'm, doing this travel stuff. It pays well. It's a little bit harder work. I wouldn't say harder work. It's a little bit extra work, more responsibility, but I like the experience that I gained from it.
Yes, same here.
When I was in Santa Maria and I got the ER experience there, it was like a whole feeling, like that rush. All right, RT, we need you down there. We have a level 2 trauma coming in. Ooh, okay. When this person gets here, let's see how bad it is. Bam. Oh, RT not needed. They're just breathing on room air. Oh, okay, cool. But then that next one comes in. It's like, oh yeah, this person got hit with a gunshot wound. It's like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Working in the ED is different. It's a hit or a miss, honestly. And you know how that is, being on the EMT before as well.
Yeah, I like how in the ED, though, it was like, we're all waiting there, and we're just like, it's almost like a war movie.
Yeah.
They're all like, hold, hold. Here comes the patient. Go. Bam. Yes. They start doing all this. Change this right here. We're putting this on. Pulse ox here. They're putting it over here. Make sure we get an IV over here.
Yep.
Everybody's working. Nobody's getting each other's way.
Yeah.
Nobody's giving each other attitude. It's like we're all just moving, just perfectly, like a perfectly built machine, and everything's just going. All right, so we got this right here. Oxygen's good. Lung sounds are good. Put them on oxygen, 2 liters, and we're good to go. Respiratory, we don't need you for now, so...
Well, that's what teamwork is about, That's really what teamwork is about. And
definitely.
Once I did travel work in 2021, I finally committed to it. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this, like with this full time. I really want to just stop working as a full-time staff, because why, when again budget cuts, staff are leaving, supervisors, managers, they don't care about you. They're only caring about their puppets, basically, because the directors are there to puppeteer everything, and they're all about for them, not for the employees. At least for the ones that I was working for.
Yeah.
But travel work, man, what can I say? Oh my gosh. It's an amazing experience. You get to meet so many people, all walks of life. Yeah, exactly. And then at the same time, you really don't have to worry about the BS within the department, because you are there to just do your work, right? Just take care of business. You're there for 12 hours and just handle your business. Take care of your patients, obviously, but just the BS of everything is not there. Obviously, there is going to be BS.
Of course.
But I'm not going to be putting myself out there with that BS,
Yeah, and remember, like I told you, every time I get my load and I have all these patients, I go, look, they pay me enough. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the load is really big with a lot of patients. Sometimes it's really small. The smallest load I had for that first 4 hours, I had 0 patients. All of them, it went home. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, look, I can't do this. I can't sit here and do 4 hours of nothing. So I told Daniel, Tocayo, I was like, hey man, give me like 1 or 2 patients. Give me one of your CF patients so I can be in there 30 minutes or something like that. That way I can take that off your hands.
Excuse me.
And you're good. And then he was like, oh, okay, cool, man. Thank you. Oh, yeah, no problem. Did those 2 and I was like, well, I don't feel so bad no more. And then the next load, the next 11 o'clock for the rest of the shift, it was good. So I'm like, yeah, see,
You know what's crazy though, and to go on point with what you're saying, Daniel, it's there's this saying that, oh yeah, you're a traveler. That means they're gonna dump everything on you. You know, all the workload, all the hardest workloads are gonna be dumped everything on you. Yeah, that's some of it is true. However, it really just depends on the facility as well of where you work at. Honestly, because where I've been to, there were some that did dump on me. However, there's another facility that, our workloads were evened out, really. And the fact that there are some people that will also help you out as well, even though you're a total stranger to that department and there's like, you're new to that camaraderie, right? Some of the employees, the staff employees are there to really, be there for you as well, which is really cool, honestly. Yeah. Which is really, really cool.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of good people out there. I don't think I've been to any hospital where I got dumped on. Yeah. As a matter of fact, my first travel assignment, I felt like that assignment kind of spoiled me.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm used to the first hospital I was staff at. I was actually getting dumped on there. I would go around with my load and I'd show my buddies, dude, look at what they gave me here. And I'd be like, they're like, why don't you say something? I said, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to knock this out to show them that I can knock this out. And then from now on, I'm not going to work with those people. Oh, so I would avoid them at all times. But I'd still get dumped on, So I'm like, whatever. That's when I got to the point where it's like, I got to do something else. I can't work here anymore because this is just becoming super stressful. I'm not making enough money. I'm working extra just so I can. Here's me a broke. I'm working extra just so I could be here. Yeah. Not fun. Trust me, it's not fun. So it was March of 2020 when I got that. Actually, I went and got an interview. Went on an interview for a sleep lab. Got the job. And then I got a text from IA Healthcare, and they're like, hey, do you want us to submit you to San Jose? We have a rapid response. And I'm like, I just got this job. I was like, throw my name in the hat, sure, why not? Next thing you know, hey, they accepted you. Yep. They're offering you the position. And then I was like, whoa, hold on one second. How much is it? And I saw that amount, and I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. I did the calculation on mine. I go, half the time, I'm making twice the amount. In 2 weeks, I'm making 4 times the amount. This is a no-brainer.
Listen, guys, listen. Seriously, it's...
No-brainer.
Yep.
And then at that time, it was like, okay, I'm going to San Jose. How about I just go ahead and fly? Yeah. So I was flying, and the flights, oh my God, $75?
At that time, right?
Yeah, and then after that, get a rental car, $99 for the whole week. What? Yeah. Like, what the... Is our economy that good right now? I thought we were like doing bad. It doesn't matter. I'm taking advantage.
That was like COVID times, So still COVID times, but mind you guys, at that time, Daniel was still. You were still at your full time or
no? I went per diem at that. As soon as I got that, I offered that. I was like, yo, take me off schedule.
He was per diem. I too was per diem at my home hospital that was full-time at, basically. Yeah. So once I got a travel gig going, I definitely stepped down from full-time to per diem. Yeah. So we were still going back and forth, and I tried to convince my coworkers. And then there are people, of course you have those coworkers that will say, oh yeah, like that's just gonna be for right now, and it's not gonna be forever, And the next thing you know, they ask constantly about like how it's going. Yeah. I was able to convince like a few of my coworkers to jump ship and do travel, and one right now is actually doing well up north in a travel assignment to this day. And it's definitely given me financial freedom. Yes, financial freedom. You can actually have that, guys, as a respiratory therapist in California.
Yep.
Come on.
It's possible.
I was able to pay off my private student loans. Private. Not federal loan.
Yeah.
Private, meaning Sally Mae, Sally Mae and Wells Fargo. I was able to pay that off within 2 years.
Wow.
2 years. If I can do that, you guys can do that as well, you know? Travel work, I think, honestly, that's the way to go right now, especially if you are experienced. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you are experienced, if you have a certain amount of years of experience already, at least even 2 or 3 years, you can do travel work, honestly, because there's a lot of newbies that want to do travel work right away off the bat. And they lie, because my buddy went to a facility and he was one of the people that I got to do travel work. And the facility that he applied for, and they hired him. However, he had to go through a whole panel.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, just for travel work, because he told me that, and they told him that new RTs were relying on applications saying, oh, they have X amount of experience. And once they did hire those RTs, they didn't know what to do. And that's a patient's life.
Yeah, and that sucks too. I think what happened was they were hearing about the pay that was going on, especially around COVID times, when it was up to, I think the most I've heard of was $10K a week.
Yeah.
$10K a week.
Yep. Well, my buddy did $11K a week in Texas. So
Crucial?
Yeah, Crucial Staffing. Oh my God.
I was in Brawley, California, and I remember getting that text message looking like, really?
$11K a week, guys, for 13 weeks.
Dang.
That's right?
That's nice. Man, $11K.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you go through all that hard work in school to get your certification, to get registered, to get licensed, to get your degree, and to work full time with people. Not saying that everyone is bad, but there's definitely those certain people that'll
take
give
advantage.
you a bad experience.
That's
you know.
I've dealt with those people where it's here I am per diem, and it's like, hey, they just told me that your patient came in and they're ready for you. Oh, which patient was that? Oh, why don't you go ahead and do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because of the lead, you got to listen. Otherwise, you get written up.
Yep.
So then that's when I learned a valuable lesson. She gets a patient and comes in, you go to the monitor room and tell the pager, hey, your patient is here. She look around. Where's the attendant? Nope. I'm not doing your work for you. So I hated that I had to go to work and there's people that I wanted to avoid at all times.
Yeah.
That sucks. You know, I know work is not going to be perfect, but...
Yeah, there's no such thing as a perfect workplace. No way.
There was people that, you know, like every Tuesday night we had our guys' night. It was me and then 3 other guys that would work on Tuesday nights. The nurses were like, why is it that every time you guys are here on Tuesday, we don't hear the alarms going off all night?
Again, dude, teamwork.
Yeah. Oh, patient comes in, all 4 of us.
Yes,
hey, your patient coming in.
Exactly.
I'm going to get your this, you're going to get your ballot, I'm going to get your this set up, I'll get you the sputum, you can go ahead and grab the ABG. Everybody just kind of goes together, kind of like how in the ER when we used to do. And that was the type of thing I liked, you know. Here comes a problem, but we're all going to help each other out to make that problem not a problem.
Yes.
And when we did that, man, everything just flowed well. But then you work other shifts, and you're working with the people that are like, you know, they go around, they do their treatments and all that stuff. It usually takes about an hour, and they're done in 30 minutes, sitting in the monitor room, just chit-chatting with the monitor tech, and then they get mad at you if you're sitting down talking to anyone.
Yeah.
Even though you're talking and charting at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, so that's when it got to the point where it's like, yeah, they tried to convince me not to be a traveler. Well, it's comfortable here.
Oh.
No, it's not comfortable.
Did you hear what he just said? Comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
We were there. We were comfortable, complacent, and content.
I was never comfortable.
Oh.
When I started off, I was comfortable, but after a while, it got to the point where it's like, okay, I can't do this. You know, this is not something I can do for a long term, and that's why I went on that sleep lab interview, and I ended up getting the job. But then I get another job offer. You know, hey, this travel assignment over here, and I was like, yeah, put my name in the hat. And then boom, got it. That right there opened the door for me.
Yep, that was me. For me, I was comfortable because your coworkers becomes your family, basically, or your close friends. You know, if you are, I guess it just depends on certain people. Because for me, they were my go-to people. They were my family, basically, and I still keep close touch with those people. What sucks is that, just like what Daniel was saying, there's a camaraderie going around.
Oh yeah.
And there's staff, nurses that would come up to us and say, like, I'm glad that you guys are on tonight. Let's go. At the same time, there's definitely certain people, supervisors, managers, even directors, okay, that you see and makes it really uncomfortable for the rest of your crew, you know?
They suck. They're the life trainers. They're the so imagine something there and you put it there and it just starts draining the life out of you. Ooh, Shang Tsung just taking your soul.
Yeah.
There's people like that. And I don't want to work with those people because I'm the type of person that I like to get my job done.
Yep.
And then after that, I like to go chill out. A lot of times you see me, I'm playing a game or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got to say that, you know, one of the best feelings that I've ever had when I get noted for or credit for being a hard worker. So my first job in North Hollywood, I would give report to, you know, like the day shift. And there was one, she was like the lead. And she would always tell people, like, you know what, when I see that I'm getting a load from him, I know all my patients are good. And that right there is like, you know, that's that good feeling. She's so confident in me that when she gets a load, she feels, oh, I know they were taking care of all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus when I was working my full-time job, there was people that, who am I getting the load from? Ah, shoot. I know I'm going to have to start, you know, putting out some fires and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And it really sucks because there's been times when you get on shift and I get a, you know, trach tube patient and you see all this junk just swishing across in the corrugated tubing. Yeah. And it's like, what do they do all day, you know? So I'm just like, and then you see all this RT trash all over the place and it's like, great, I got to clean it up because if I don't clean it up, it's going to look like I did all that.
Yeah, exactly. it falls on you because it's on your shift, not on theirs anymore.
So being paid little, having to do extra work, and then working with certain people, they drain the life out of you. Yep. And then when the alarms are going off and then, hey, they're not going to the alarms.
Yeah.
And it's like,
they expect you to go to the alarms, not them.
I'm the one. The thing is with me is that this is why most anybody likes me working because I'm that person that will get up and answer that alarm. And then all of a sudden, now this patient got suction, they got lavage, they got the treatment, whatever. All this stuff happened. And they know that I don't complain. Yeah. So there's two types of people. You can either complain about it or do something about it. I did not complain. I did something. And that something was started traveling in GTFO.
Yep. I'm right there with you, man. Seriously. Yeah. It's such an... I don't regret it at all. 100% don't regret it. Again, guys, I paid off my private student loans for 2 years. Yeah. And was able to, treat my kids to 2 Disney cruises and then a Hawaii trip on top of that. Come on, dude. Like, it's money coming in weekly. Yeah. And, you know, it's crazy because every facility that I've been to, I don't know about you, I've gotten... I guess make friends with, you know, certain people because I'm a very approachable guy, you know. And they would ask about how is it traveling, and I would tell them all the time, honestly, it's an amazing, it's a great experience. Like, why would you not want to?
Oh yeah.
Oh, because you get dumped on, you get it's just new. I'm not comfortable with change. Again, guys, if you want to change your life and you're complaining about I don't like it here, then do something about it. And that's exactly what I was telling each and every one of these people.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you do something about it? If you're here complaining that it sucks here, then do something about it. Instead of just complaining and not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Get off your ass and do something about it.
We're not contracted there.
Yeah.
I know the nurses, sometimes they have to sign into your contract, but for us, it's like, no, we're not contracted. So a lot of times you hear RTs, they get a job, they're applying to other places anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, I've been applying. I don't think there's never a time when I wasn't applying, except for now.
Yeah,
now
me too.
it's like, okay. So right now I'm per diem where I do registry. I pick up a shift here and there, and the pay is decent. The pay is actually better than most hospitals out there.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling me that Kaiser is at 40. That's not even, so we'll just keep it at that. And then, so yeah, of course this hospital is a little bit busy. I do have a lot of treatments, but like I said, they pay me enough. So how am I going to organize this? Okay, cool. Have my O2s here, my Q4s.
But that comes with the territory, like, you're going to get busy, either a busy workload or not, but that's okay because that is your job, So, I don't know, just the freedom of having to pick whatever assignment that you want to go to, that you want to be at, places, location, state-wise you want to be at. That's amazing, right? Like, why not? Again, I have a few buddies that are in NorCal right now doing travel work.
Did you go out of state at all?
I wish I did. I wish I did.
I went to Maryland, 2020. It was kind of I did San Jose, and then that one ended up, they said, oh, we don't have a need for travelers, so we're sending you to the sister hospital. So that first assignment, the first hospital I was at, kind of spoiled me. And then the sister hospital was like the opposite. And it was like, oh yeah, they did that for you. Here, you don't even get orientation. And I was like, I don't even know what the patients are. So it threw me to the wolves. I adjusted quickly, got the job done. And then they canceled the contract early for whatever reason. And I don't know if it was because it was Aya or it was my first contract, but they ended up giving me a bonus to cover the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like, hell yeah. Now, what else do I want to do? At that time, San Diego was like real good pay.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to go to San Diego. And then they're like, oh, that one's closed. Oh, god dang. Well, what about this one? Oh, no, that one's not available. Uh-oh. So now it was a little bit of fear that, okay, this is what they said. You're not going to get anything. So what am I going to do? Okay, well, what's available out there? What can you get me? Well, we have Boston. Boston? I'm not going to Boston. Or we have Maryland. Okay, what about Arizona? That one's $4K a week. Oh, yeah, that one's closed. All right, so let's see Maryland. Submit me to Maryland, see what happens. Hey, we accept you to Maryland. Let's go. It's only a 1 month contract. Get out there. 1 month flies by quick. You want to extend for another month? Yeah.
And do you hear that?
Yeah.
An extension. That's the thing with travel. If you do well, do good in your job, the staff sees that, okay, this guy or this girl does well at his job, at their job. So let's offer them extension.
Oh yeah. The need is there. You like how this person works. Let's go ahead and keep them there longer.
The facility that we were at offered us extensions. Where I met Daniel, they offered us extensions.
Yeah.
I was there actually for a whole year.
So I don't know if
I didn't even do that, but I didn't do that before, and it was an amazing experience. So, yeah.
They were actually offering us staff jobs.
Yes.
And I'm like,
yeah, staff jobs.
Like I get it. You guys like my work ethic. I like it here. but I cannot stop being a traveler because there's just certain freedom with being a traveler that I enjoy. And as a staffer, I would not be able to enjoy that. So we respectfully declined.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. As much as I like the people that we were placed at, yeah, I don't think I can ever take another full-time staff job ever again, honestly. It's just too good. And look, mind you, there are people that it's just not for. There's certain types of people that just can't do travel. Honestly, it's just not for them at all. It doesn't fit their lifestyle whatsoever because they are comfortable. Being comfortable is not bad whatsoever. For us, it is because we don't want to be comfortable at all. We want to just be free, right?
Yeah. And we have to take those risks.
Yeah.
Taking that risk to start, I started when COVID hit. So there was that risk of, hey, you might catch COVID. And I'm like, I feel like I'm a healthy person. If I need to, I can isolate. So I think I should be good.
Exactly.
And, I don't regret it.
I don't regret it either, man. Well, guys, you know what? Time is running down, but we want to say thank you for tuning in with us. Hopefully you'll tune in with us again next time. I think we got furthermore into our experiences than we expected. But you know what? It's okay. It's a good thing because to let people know who we are and where we come from and what we're all about. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and catch you guys on the next one. All right.
Have a good one. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Be safe.
All right, guys.